give me your answer too. I'm half crazy, all for the love of you. It won't be a stylish marriage, I can't afford a carriage, but you'll look...
Hello, Cuban Writer here with my wife, Darkling Faye.
Hello.
And we're going to review the 6th episode of Iron Fist.
Are we almost halfway done?
I think we are halfway done. But listen,
So far away to the end,
there's
guys.
good news with this one.
Is there? What's the good news?
The good news is, this one kept me at least engaged throughout the entire episode. There was lots of fights, and there was additional development not only of the hand, but also we got glimpses into Danny Rand's training. So there was a lot to actually like about this episode.
This was one of my least favorite episodes.
Really?
Yeah, I had a lot of issues with this from start to finish.
Well, why don't you start and
It
tell
was
us what you didn't like?
So poor writing for it to begin with. So cliched. Everything. That's my cat, Katarina. Sorry, guys. Say hello. No, she won't. Such cliched. I was looking forward to some really good fight scenes, but even the fights that they had put together were done in such a cliched way that every kind of martial arts or trope that you could possibly think of, they put in there. There was nothing original in it, nothing innovative, nothing interesting at all. Characters that even in past shows that you were supposed to have liked, for example, The Nurse, where she made her first, of course, was in Daredevil. That's where you first got to see her. Then she also made an appearance in Luke Cage.
And Jessica Jones.
And Jessica Jones. But in this one, it's like a character that you might have enjoyed before. I just do not enjoy this character and how they've done her so poorly here. From one sentence where she says, "Oh, we can't do this," and then in the next sentence she's like, "Let's do this," and it's like, but for example, she's like, "Oh yeah, I had a run-in with the hand. I had a whole bunch of ninjas at the hospital and it was terrible and I lost my job and no one believed me." And then they're like, "Let's take the guy to the same hospital where the ninjas were because the hand won't know he's there when the hand has been after this guy." It just does not make sense. She's smarter than that. She's more intelligent than that. You can't in one breath say, "Oh, I've had more experience fighting the hand than you have, Danny Rand," and then forget all the experience that you've had in fighting the hand.
Well, I do agree with you that it was incredibly foolish of her to want to take anyone to the hospital when she knew this person was wanted by the hand and had previously had an encounter with the hand at the hospital.
And takes him to that exact same hospital. Not even a different hospital. No, the exact same one where you knew the hand had infiltrated before. It just makes no sense.
That was very inconsistent writing. Her character seems to remember or forget past experiences with the convenience of the plot. So I will definitely agree with you there. She's being written very inconsistently.
And it's like a character you want to like, and then now they're making you dislike this character who is supposed to be intelligent, supposed to be strong-willed, supposed to be independent. She's the one who is, giving the good advice to people in their different shows. And now in this one, it's just like the worst thing ever. And like, "Oh, well, we have to take him somewhere. We have to call the police." Like, don't you think if they could have done that, you wouldn't have been called? They wouldn't have brought this guy to you. They bring these sick, hurt people to you because they can't go to the traditional route. And it's like you forget all that. "Oh, yeah, I'm like a Ripper dog. Oh, haha, my bad." Like, how do you forget that? How do you, it just, it was so annoying. And then, of course, I'm always big into finally getting to see some women being strong, being good fighters, getting to be hero type stuff. And then the one fighter woman that they put Danny Rand against is the most cliched, over the top, bad trope that you could possibly have for women being fighting. Like, everyone else gets armor, and what does she get? A skimpy crop top to show off her boobs, and she just gets to be sexy. And it's like, is that really the type of warrior the hand is going to pick to help defend them? That's what this woman gets to do to be the in the fighting scene. Is that really... It was just so annoying. It made me so irritated.
I know you were upset about the skimpy-clad woman trying to seduce Danny Rand. What made me upset was that he could be seduced in such an obvious manner and let his guard down, and then she would poison him. He shouldn't have let her get within 5 feet of him.
Well, remember, he's been chaste and apparently is a virgin and doesn't really know a lot about women and probably didn't really have a lot of that type of situation. So maybe he's hitting puberty now.
How did he ever become the Iron Fist?
I don't know. And
didn't have the discipline to resist basic sexual urges.
Well, this kind of episode makes you wonder, how did he become the Iron Fist? Because... I don't understand it. I would have thought he would have done better in his fight scenes. I would have thought he would have done better overall. All this training that he's supposed to have, I don't think they did him very well again. It was just, I could kind of probably understand what they wanted to do, show him have some self-doubt, maybe. But it was just not a good episode to show that. It wasn't done well. These are not the writers that can be clever and have kind of metaphors in there. And... I mean, the taglines that they did, you knew exactly what the person was going to say. I am a living weapon. I am the weapon.
It's true. Like, you kept predicting
don't say this. And then he says it. And you're just
you kept predicting the lines he was going to say or the bad guys were going to say 3 seconds before they said it. It was quite amusing.
It's that's bad writing. It's just... I like to have stuff that has a little bit of cleverness to it, that doesn't dumb it down for their audience. And this is just, like I said, between the first 2 episodes and this one, it's right up there for my least favorite.
Really? Well, even though it had all of the flaws that you mentioned, I at least appreciated the fact that I was constantly engaged with what was going on. A lot of the early episodes were so poorly paced that I just lost all interest in events.
But it's not a good engagement. It's like an engagement that makes me more annoyed with the writers in this series. It's not like, oh, I'm engaged because I'm so looking forward to it, or, oh, I'm on the seat, waiting to see what's going to happen next. It's like, no, you're engaged because you're so upset and you're just getting angrier and angrier, more frustrated and annoyed, and you're like, want to just throw the whole thing out and never see another episode again. Less would I recommend this series after seeing this episode than with the last episode.
Wow. Well, I don't think there's much more I can add to this.
I mean, I don't mean to be the negative Nancy here, but not a good one, Netflix. Such good potential. I still have yet to see the martial artist that I'd like to see as a hero. I've yet to see really good martial art action scene done well. I'm actually... You got to see more of Madame Gao in this episode, and I wish I had seen less of her.
Oh, you didn't like Madame Gao?
They made her more cartoonish here. Like, I thought everything was so cartoony in a bad way. The bad guys were so over-the-top cheesy bad. It was just... Oh.
I actually liked Madame Gao, and I liked her line at the end. Was one of the few good lines. It was like, what do I care about honor? Why would you think?
I said that from the beginning. I said, why is he going in here acting like this person is going to have honor and is going to do all of this stuff? What about anything that the Hand or anything that these writers have shown that they're going to do makes sense? Like, I get that he's been in a monastery and they're trying to make him naive, but naive to the point of being just dumb. Like, just not smart at all. And I just... someone who, like, yeah, you're still, you did all of this stuff well, supposedly, because you got to be the Iron Fist. You had to be smart somehow. Why would you think that it wasn't, that they were going to be honorable and do everything the way that you think it's going to go? It makes no sense.
I will say that of all of the opponents of the Hand that I've seen, Stick, who is the mentor to Daredevil, seems to be the only one who really understands them or knows how to fight them or understands the complexity and ruthlessness he needs to bring to the situation. Daredevil had a better teacher because this guy clearly didn't prepare Iron Fist for any kind of deception or cruelty.
It's because he's so poorly written, this character of Iron Fist. He is naive to the point of like he's still 12 in some respects. It just doesn't make sense how they've written him in any way. And yeah, you got to see some of the training, but we knew it was harsh. We knew that child abuse, of course, CPS would have been called on these people, obviously, with the things that you get to see the flashbacks of and stuff. So you would just think that he'd be tougher. I don't know. I'm just waiting for this toughness to come out, and I didn't get that. That's Katarina again. She didn't like it either.
All right. Well, on that
Meow
note,
down for her, I guess.
I will hope that it improves for you, or that you stick around for the next one. Guys, I'm not sure she's going to be sticking around for the next one.
I don't know. This one was pretty bad, guys. If you watch the series at all, just skip this episode.
Wow. So she recommends you skip the episode with all the fighting in it.
But did you like the fighting? Did you think it was it satisfying fighting?
It wasn't.
Did you finally think like, oh yeah, great, I get to see some good fighting finally. The choreography's been so tightened up, and
it wasn't very good fighting, but I was just glad to see some fighting.
I mean, here's how bad it is, guys, when my husband's sitting here thinking like, oh, is he getting his outfit? Is he going to be fighting in the dark where I finally get the stunt double so I get decent fights and I don't have to see this actor do it? Is that what I get? Is that what I get? No.
And on that note, this is Cuban Writer signing off.
Goodbye, darling.
See you next time.
But you'll look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle built for two. Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer too. I'm half crazy, all for the love